new project, Pray for the Poor, my debut on Jamla Records. I've been carefully crafting this album, man. I've been wanting to really kind of capture what this moment was, because we're in a very tricky time, and I wanted to find a way to make something that could be the soundtrack to somebody's life. I wanted it to be the soundtrack to the times. I want somebody to be like, man, when they associate their fall or their winter of 2015, I want them to say like, man, that was when I was listening to Add-2's Pray for the Poor. The way I got the title Pray for the Poor, I was brainstorming album concepts and I was brainstorming about what I wanted to say. I started thinking of something that I was telling people in interviews, which was either you could help the people who need help, or you're gonna eventually become a victim of it. It became the mantra where it was like, either you can pray for the poor or you will be prayed for the poor. Where I figured it's like, I wanted to be the people who help, you know what I'm saying? And otherwise, the other people who not, they gonna be on the other side of it. With every project, the goal is always to give the people something different. Even though you have a foundation and a base of what you can build on, you want to still give some people something different. Nobody wants the same album 20 times over. I wanted to take more of a chance and be as musical or as ambitious as I envision these albums to be. This album, compared to other ones, this one's far more musical. We added a lot of live instrumentation in it. We added a lot of, you know, abstract concepts in it, you know, and then also we still kind of found a way to blend gospel and hip hop in a way that I don't feel anybody else has kind of tackled before. It's a different version of soul than what I think people are used to. I'm kind of excited to see how they take to it, because you combine that with a good message and you combine that with good songwriting and then mix it up in a little pot and see what happens. And hopefully the people enjoy it. Pray for the Poor contains a collaborative effort from a lot of good people. Rhapsody, my homegirl, she's on it. She's on it actually twice on 2 songs, one called Kool-Aid and the other one on the single Stop, Play, Rewind. Also, we have Raheem Devon. We also have the wonderful and the ever so talented Jamila Woods on the song called Young Black Boy. We also have my good brother Sam Trump, who lends his expertise in so many different ways, man. Like, he's just a phenomenal singer, a phenomenal horn player, and he helped to fill the album out. Also, Heather Victoria, who is also my label mate, on a song called When You're Ready, and she just really brought it home. All of us, you know, when I started creating the basis of it, I knew what direction I wanted to go into, but they helped to really bring the dream to fruition, because there's only so much that you could tell and kind of setting the mood for. They did a real good job at helping to make the sound come together, the feel come together, the vibe come together. I couldn't ask for anything more. All of the production, which is handled by the Soul Council, it sounds amazing. All the Ninth Wonder beats sound amazing. All the Khrysis beats sound phenomenal. It's such a beautiful project. I really couldn't be any happier than with the results. The very first song on Pray for the Poor is the title song, the title track. It's produced by Nottz. Now, if anybody knows anything about Nottz, Nottz has one of the most craziest work ethics of all time. You'll see him on Instagram. This dude has about like 5-10 beats every night. I don't even know how he does it every night. He also has a Pepsi over there, so I'm assuming this half is that Pepsi. He has so many beats, and I got a folder full of Nottz beats. And it's so hard to just rap on just one. Or, you know, like, you just want to be like, man, I'm just going to rap over all of this stuff. But he has so many dope joints, and I was just floored when I heard it. So if there's one joint, well, there's a couple joints, but that's one of the ones I'm so excited for people to hear. Like, when they hear Pray for the Poor, they going to hear that intro, and they be like, jeez, what were y'all thinking? This is definitely, like, I want to say, one of the most ambitious projects.
They wrote me a note first and said, man, I want to propose to my girl doing this song, and she performed the light.
But when my bunk was 2 bunks down from Yamson at the top, he was at the bottom. Next thing you know, you just hear, and he like, what the fuck? Oh, I'm complete, I'm tight right now.
The strip club culture of Detroit, period, and the slum village influenced a lot of records.
Follow your first man sometime. Don't force the turn up sometimes, because the turn up could probably possibly be your last turn up in certain cities like Chicago.